recording that entire time. I'm a dumbass, dude. I was straight up talking like, I was like, yo, no one's in chat yet. What the fuck going on? Like, that's wackish. I've been talking for a minute and 30 seconds. That's right. I've been talking for a minute 30, like going over everything. What I was saying, now that just is now done. What I was saying, the underdog we convinced today, I bitched at Berm. We have receptions lines. Huh? Receptions lines. We also have interception lines. Interception lines for quarterbacks as well. So we'll definitely go over that today towards the end of this. But I do want to go over first the preseason stuff. So we'll go over the preseason, and then we will go over some of these reception lines that I think are pretty interesting, and I think we can take advantage of for sure. But we'll see. What's going on, Jakey Poo? All right. NFL. Preseason. Let's talk about the ones I posted. We've Noah Kane lower. Where the fuck? John Taylor over. And Anthony Gould is now lowered like a motherfucker. And I took him high as shit. But I still think he's going over. I have reasons for all these. Okay. Noah Kane. If you don't know who that is, he's a rookie out of LSU. Also played at Penn State. Wasn't very good. But now making his name on the practice squad / trying to make the 53-man roster. He had a good preseason game in game 2 as they were getting absolutely waddle smacked back and bitched by the Bears. He had 28 rushing yards, 2 receptions for 10 yards. Hold on, let me lower this. He had 28 rushing yards, 10 receiving yards, 38 total yards. Happy to be back in the stream, but busy moving back at college. Jake, love to fucking see it. Dave, all right, we can't start with this again. Xylon, how you doing? Anyway, so Noah Kane's a back who was never really that good at college. He saw 16 snaps and had 10 touches on those 16 snaps. That's going to be really tough to do again, obviously, since he doesn't have their starters playing today, so maybe he could see some extended play time. But I kind of doubt it. I think they're going to lean into their twos today. I mean, Travion Williams is probably going to get some good run. They're probably going to lean into those guys that they're going to need maybe later on the season if someone gets injured. Noah Kane's not going to be one of those guys. He'll be a practice squad guy, probably, if anything. He's a bigger back, power back type-esque style. He saw 8 carries. I don't think he gets 8 carries today. I don't even think he gets 10 touches today. I think that was just a high line because the game was so out of reach and they already saw enough out of their twos that they were just kind of like, fuck it, you guys can get in the game. So last little bit of run. Freddie, what's going on? But I think realistically, Noah Kane's just not going to see the play time today. 16 total snaps last game. I think that's going to definitely go down today. I think he'll be probably around the 10 snap mark, maybe see 5 touches. I don't think he's getting 30 yards and 5 touches. Who knows? Maybe Gutters will eat his words, but I highly, highly doubt it. How do I feel about Dotson to the Eagles? I had a whole out war with Tony about this. Like, actually, it sounds like Novocaine because we're numb to this. That. Anyway, how do I feel about Dotson? I got a full-on war with Tony about the Dotson to the Eagles situation. Because I think, and I will say this a million times, you don't give up a third for a fucking nobody. Period. A third-round pick is Luke McCaffrey this year. Not only that, but Dotson was good. You look at his reception percentage in 2022, he was green all over the chart outside of flat routes. Not only that, in 2023, he wasn't a bad separator. I don't think he just fit the scheme in 2023. Not only that, but Sam Howell led the league in sacks. He had no time to throw the ball. And when he did have time to throw, when he only took 1 sack against the Philadelphia Eagles, Dotson had a great game. And that's where it's like, you also look at the New England game. He also had a great game against New England. Didn't get sacked nearly as much. I think it really came down to scheme for him. And I think the Eagles are going to be a perfect fit where he doesn't have to be like a go-to guy there. He can be a number 3. He can thrive in the slot. Getting him for a third feels like an absolute steal for their sake because obviously they're trying to win now. I think that Kellen Moore offense is going to be fucking explosive as shit. I'm not a huge Kellen Moore guy, but I know he has a ton of passing volume. Hurts his passing yards to the fucking moon. Yeah, so I think overall, I think it was a really good move. And I think I'm really mad they ditched Dotson for spare parts because I read there was some bad blood in the building. Yeah, no, it's like everyone's like, oh, he was going to get cut. Like, if you're trading a third-round pick, you're not going to cut him, especially after you draft him in the first round. And he was good his rookie season, and he was good last year. It just like he wasn't a fit in the system. It just didn't work, and that happens sometimes. And you have those players. I think he's going to thrive in Philly. By thrive, I mean I think he's going to be the third guy. But I think he can have a solid role in that offense. And he's going to be a guy where he'll get a lot of one-on-ones now because he has Smitty, he has AJB next to him. Definitely going to be interesting. Tony was super anti Dotson's ass, going to get cut. He was useless, didn't even make the roster. He was a throwaway. Like, it's just so fucking bullshit. He was going to be a role there if he stayed. Just with some fucking bad blood clearly going on. Like, he's a good player. Just was not the right fit for him. It's fucking stupid. If you watch any film on Jahan Dotson, it's like he's still a good player. He still gets open. That offense just couldn't do shit last year. My Steelers are in shambles right now. Yeah, not hot. Steelers aren't a team that I'm going to be betting on a lot of this season. It's going to be interesting to see how they do, though. I'm actually betting the under on week 1. A little preview on Russell Wilson just because they're playing fucking what's the face? They're playing Atlanta, and it's going to be a tough matchup for them all around as Atlanta's defense looks fucking juicy this season. Obviously got a new coordinator over there, so it's going to be interesting to see how that is. Thoughts on AR to silence a Bengals D who was loud this week? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I heard a lot of practice reports, right? So if we go into this week 1 game, trading him division is diabolical. Even if he doesn't fit, why face him twice a year? Because they probably gave him 1, the best offer, and 2, clearly if there was bad blood, they wanted him out of the fucking building. Makes sense. Yeah. So, also, if you look at the preseason games with Dotson, he ran bubbles on almost every route. He ran 92% of routes. He was on 92% of snaps with the ones. Like, so he was obviously involved. It's just he was running fucking bubbles the entire time and, like, hitches and slants and outs. Like, it was all quick game shit because they have a rookie quarterback. Anyway, this week in practice, Cincinnati absolutely destroyed, back-whacked the fucking Colts all week in practice from all the reports I've read. I've gone through about 3 or 4 reports, and all of them say the same things of Anthony Richardson struggled, started 3 for 10, threw a pick here, end of the day a little bit better, going 10 for 20, blah, 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 but the starters look like dog shit. So Shane Steichen comes out and says, hey, guys, we're going to run the starters for a quarter and a half. Some guys might see a little bit less time. I'm going to assume that's probably like the Michael Pittmans, JTs are probably going to see maybe a little bit less. But by a little bit less, I mean like a quarter and like a drive or whatever. Where I think AR is going to see the full time. I think this offense is going to be able to kind of get chugging, and that's what Shane Steichen wants, is them to be rolling for them to go into week 1 instead of them falling flat on their face and going into week 1. You'd much rather instill that confidence in your guys. I think, obviously, the read option game is something they need to get down. They need to get those meshes down. They need to get those RPOs down. Jonathan Taylor is going to probably feed off that. You give Jonathan Taylor 10 fucking touches, he's going over this line, especially if the Bengals aren't playing their starters for most of the game. Like, this feels like a joke to me. Obviously, it's set supposedly high, but in a quarter and a half, he could easily see 10 touches. And if he sees 10, I think this is an easy smash. I think this offense is going to be moving. I think they're going to do full fast pace, in-your-face offense, as Shane Steichen always does. They're going to be very on the ball. So that's why we're taking the Jonathan Taylor over here. Anthony Richardson's a good shout. I just don't know how much they're going to really pass the ball. They were running a ton of inside zone with the ones in preseason game 1 and 2. So I would assume it's probably going to be the same thing. The Gould line isn't available. Let's refresh. Yeah, he's been moving all over the place. No, he's here. 14.5. I took him higher. I took him at 19.5. And his line going down. I actually don't mind. I took him, again, higher, 14.5 here, higher at 19.5. Reason being is he's an insanely fast player, and he's running almost all the snaps. He ran 38% of snaps. And again, 38% out of the entire game, which is like starters and everything. So we ran the most snaps in week 1 and then ran the 3rd most snaps for wide receivers in week 2. So I'm assuming in week 3, he'll probably see obviously less volume with the starters playing so much more, but I think you can see an entire half. And with his 4.3 speed, like, they're going to give him end arounds. They're going to give him these opportunities to make plays happen. Obviously, he's mainly a punt returner, kick returner, but I think they're going to try him out, dude. He's an explosive rookie that seems like he's a ton of potential. I seriously kind of like him if you need like a dynasty stash too. Like, this kid could do something. He's probably going to be their starter punt returner this year with how well he's been doing. And he's so fucking fast, dude. If you watch him, like, you just watch the games, like, brother pops off the fucking screen. So it'll be interesting to see. And I think he's going to be a good addition, especially with Josh Downs now injured. I think he could do something with the ones. Being that, like, motion guy, move him around, get the offense always moving, could be interesting. Kind of like Hull's line as well. Hull's line was polarizing to me just because I think there's going to be a few running backs in the backfield there for the twos. But Hull definitely, or 2s and 3s, but Hull's definitely could be a good shout there if JT leaves early. I'm just personally just not touching it because I can't get a good read on it. As someone who owns Johnny Wilson Dynasty stock, should I be concerned? I was just talking to J-Mo about this. No. Johnny Wilson going back to the trade, Johnny Wilson is a pure X receiver. Jahan Dotson's not a pure X receiver. Jahan Dotson plays the slot. So what that means is they're not even going to be in the same stratosphere of like what they possibly could play. If anything, I think you're praying for a Goddard injury and Johnny Wilson comes in at tight end. Because Johnny Wilson's a 6'7", 250-pound fucking receiver, which you don't see many of those in the NFL. So I think he's going to be converted to a tight end one way or the other, and I think that's easily going to be the easiest way to get for him on the field is by Goddard getting hurt. That's what I would say. So I think you're fine on that. This line was interesting. Kwame Lassiter. He's seen a ton of fucking snaps. Like, I'm saying like 55 snaps last game he saw. I wanted to take his lower so bad, and he was at 42.5 at one point. And I was like, dude, like, that's just so fucking high. He's never even come close to that. And I was like, dude, that's so fucking high. I feel like I should slam it. And then I'm looking at the snap counts, and this motherfucker made the practice squad last year. He's fighting for a practice squad spot again here today. He's probably going to see there's no starters. He'll probably see for literally, again, another 55 snaps. And 55 snaps, I feel like, is tough when he's like their number one target in this preseason. I'm like, damn, dude. I was still leaning lower, though. I just can't make it an official play. But I definitely am leaning lower, if anything. I think he basically LeBron at wideout or tight end. Facts. Yeah, I think for sure Lassiter could... Yo, this fucking fly. I think Lassiter for sure could go under this line. It's just a lot, dude. Just a lot. But yeah, again, Noah Kane, the people that just came in. Rookie running back trying to make the fucking roster. Saw 16 snaps and 10 touches in those 16 snaps. That's fucking crazy volume. I don't think that happens again. I don't even know if he gets in the game today. Let's be honest. All right. Get some water. It's cold in my apartment. But we have some Chicago and Kansas City lines to get to, and then I kind of want to go over some NFL season stuff because new shit came out today. So we'll look at those. But Roschon Johnson's a good shout. I'd probably lean his over. I don't have anything really official there of reasoning outside of just snap count. He's going to see a pretty high snap count. Probably we'll see around the 20% mark, which is about 15 snaps. If he sees 15 snaps, he gets 8 touches. 8 touches, he should be able to get 23 yards. Again, it's not good enough for me to make an official play. I don't really love this game in general. Just a whole lot of rest and a whole lot of just like, The person I do like in this game is Justin. I know, kind of biased, Clemson biased. But he's seeing a fuck ton of snaps. Led the receivers last week. Was third the week before that. So he's seeing a ton of snaps. He's seeing a ton of opportunity. Only saw 1 reception for 23 yards last week. I think he can probably see a few more targets this week. Probably see the 3-4 target range. And if he does, he's a big-time receiver. Go get it type of guy. Should be able to smash that line. Other guys I like, I don't hate the Dante Pettis over. I just probably wouldn't touch it. Seems a little bit high. Tyler Scott, I would lean the higher. He's probably getting a good amount of play time. Running with right now with the 3s. partially with the twos, so I think he'll see a good amount of play time, as I don't think, as of right now, Chicago's playing their starters. So I think he'll see a lot of play time. I don't know much about these two, and I kind of just like left them off as for now. I don't think they're going to see much run. Keontae Ingram could see a lot of run today against all good amount of snaps. Obviously, Denetric Prince will probably see most of the first half, but Keontae could see a lot of this fourth quarter here. Third quarter, veteran guy, was on the Cardinals last year. He could definitely go over this line. Probably going to see like 5 to 7 touches. They're probably going to give him some junk work. Kansas City's not playing anybody today. Absolutely nobody that would possibly have a possibility of getting hurt. Obviously, they're the first game of the season, so they're a little bit ahead schedule. I don't see them coming close to playing anyone good. So I think Keontae definitely has a good shot there. Justin Ross, I would definitely lean as well. Irv Smith not touching tight ends. If anything, I go lower on tight ends. Just in preseason, they normally don't fucking see shit. And again, if I were to do anything, I would do probably hire Tyler Scott or Roshan. One of the two. I probably wouldn't do both. Hi, Abdul. How you doing? I'm new to betting. Do they not have same player, not have same game player lines on FanDuel? Not for preseason Bears. So preseason, you'll be looking at this and you'll be like, where the fuck is it on the books? Normally, books don't have it. It's really only on the underdog. I don't even think PrizePicks has it. I was looking earlier, and I think they have one line of Anthony Richardson, and that's it. So underdog is really your spot to go here. So yeah, underdog is your spot to go. So if you don't have underdog downloaded, make sure to use code BDGE, and you'll get up to, dude, you can get up to like fucking, I think right now they have, if you deposit $2,000, you can get a fucking 1,000 back. It's crazy right now. So if you deposit a lot of money, you'll get a lot of money back. How you doing? Use code BDG. Plus, you'll get a free line of higher than half a yard for Lamar Jackson in week 1. So you already know what I'm saying. Let's look at the comments that I missed. Apparently these were your Corbin under. Dub. Yeah, my fucking one baseball line already didn't hit. Fucking I'm blanking on fucking names, dude. I'm fucking so blanking. Literally shut up the fucking Brewers. My brain is a mush. I would like Justin. Yeah, no, Justin Dub. Justin Ross should be a good spot there. New to the channel, you going to be live weekly during the regular season. Diego, I am going to be live like fucking way too much. You're going to be like annoyed at how much I'm going live. We're going to be live with the boys on Thursday, probably with the boys on Sundays. Actually, definitely with the boys on Sundays. I'm going to be live Friday, Saturdays, and then I will also be live Mondays before games. I did 250. Dub. Yeah, you get 50% of what you put in. That's a dub. Is there any reason my underdog doesn't have live season props? I'm at NC. Check your phone and check your desktop. Sometimes it doesn't show up on one or the other, so you have to check the other. For me, like I was literally texting Berm, who's like one of the underdog guys, and I was like, brother, like, why isn't my shit showing up on my phone? He's like, check your desktop, and I'm like, fair enough, and it was on my desktop. So it depends. On some states it doesn't show. On others it does. It just might be your state, but for the most part it should be on desktop. What the fuck was I talking about? How do we feel about Eric Allline? Sorry for going back to Cincy. Yeah, I'll look at it real quick. Also, we're going to have videos going out, like going back to the live thing. We're going to be having videos go out. So the schedule is going to be, we go live those dates that I just said. Video will be out Wednesday for Thursday night. Again, they're going to be shorter videos. It's going to be like 8 minutes of just me like this kind of yapping about plays for like you get the best plays. And then like I'll obviously go live before the game. Lines are going to move by then. So hopefully you'll have those locked in. If you're following me on Twitter, if you follow the BDG Bets on Twitter, you'll have all the bets ahead of time. And then when NBA season starts in October, we're going to be live, I think, dead ass every day. Going over plays. So that'll be pretty cool. Live every day for about like 30 minutes, just yapping about my favorite plays and shit. And we'll be fucking rolling. What was I asked? Eric All. The tight end, Eric All. The rookie at 13.5. He got a lot of snaps last week. I was looking at this myself because I was debating. He's a receiving tight end. I mean, again, he's a good pass blocker, so they're probably going to use him in a little bit of both. I just, again, like I said earlier, I don't love taking tight ends preseason, especially rookie tight ends. Like, I have no fuck idea of really how Eric All is being used in this offense. I would assume he's probably going to get most of the fucking snaps, but I can't guarantee that. So I'm going to say fade the tight ends. Not by fade as, like, don't, like, as take the lower. I mean fade like I just won't touch tight ends. But if you have a really big gut feeling, I would lean the higher. I put money on Saquon Offensive Player of the Year today, so I'm avoiding drafting him at all costs this season. What's your username on Pickett? It's my name, Nick Guthrie, or it should come up as Guts045, Guts045. One of those, I think also Nick follows me, so if you follow Nick, you can click following, and I think, boom, it would be right there. Any of those ways, because I know when you sign up using code BDGE, you get subbed to Nick automatically. But I'm, right now, if you're taking my MLB bets, good luck, because I suck right now in the MLB. Like, I'm, like, awful in the MLB right now. We're down horrendous. We're on the worst fucking slump in August. It's horrible. It's crazy because in July we cooked. In July we went on a fucking 22 run after All-Star break. And then fucking after that we just were in shambles. So, might be fade gut season. I had to play today. Felt really fucking good about it. Didn't cash already. So, we're hoping the last two do, and they should. Nick Lodolo to go over 5.5, and Corbin Bernstein to go under 18.5 outs. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, we get Coach Gup breaking down film on stream. Listen, I would love to do that, and we might do. I have access to all 22, so we might be able to do that in the future. If there's certain guys you'd want to see, I can definitely break some shit down. It's kind of boring though. Like, it's just me going through, replaying, look at first step, look at this, look at formation they're aligning in, look at what's going on the defense side of the ball. And it's just back and forth. But, yeah, we could definitely do that if you have some players in mind. Looking at the NFL season, they added some cool shit here. Again, these would be my leans today. These are the plays I have officially. The top three, and then the commodity last that are line is something I would lean the lower on. But Christian McCaffrey's line says 61.5 receptions. That I'm probably not fucking touching. But interceptions is interesting, dude. Lamar's only at 8. I can see they're probably going to run the ball a lot. Joshy, you're probably going to take his over on interceptions. Sorry. I love you, Josh. But, like, this is crazy. They are expecting Mahomes to have a fucking God-sent year. Like, he's winning MVP again, guys. I don't mean to break the news to you. But, like, he is. And it's just, like, locked. All is, like, it's just, he's probably going to have less than 9 picks, 35 tugs. It's like, dude, that's nuts. Fucking nuts. Why sports gambling still banned in California? I don't know. It's fucking annoying. Where do you find season-long bets on the app? I can't find it. Again, like I said earlier, sometimes you got to go from app to desktop to app, and then you'll see what happens. Normally, for me, it's not on my phone. It's only on my desktop. So if you're trying to find it on your phone, that could be why. I parlayed your MLB picks today. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave. I felt fucking great about it. It was my first play I put out, and the Brewers got shut out. Like, you can't predict this shit, dude. Are you going to be able to do NFL films? Are you going to be able to do that without NFL films and all that jazz? Yeah, I have all 22, so I have the game film. So if you ever want me to go over game film, I can go over game film. Anyway, receptions 96.5. See how Burrow is with a healthy wrist. We'll see how it is. Camp reports have been shaky. This feels like a fucking lock. I mean, he's going to have 100. He's going to get fucking targeted 12 times a game. Going to catch 1 million screens. This I kind of feel good about. I know a lot of people are going to hate me. Oh, my God, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, I mean, you look at Sam's projections, and we'll scroll down. Sam's projections are on here now. They're expecting him to have a full season and to throw a lot of picks and not a lot of tuds. JJ's under on tuds was a lock at 8.5. Where is he now? I want to see. Do they have his touchdowns? Eight and a half touchdowns. It's still locked. Like, it's on FanDuel and other books. It's already at 7.5 for a reason. Yeah. Nah, that's a lock in Steen for show. They're only projecting him to have 19.5 touchdowns, and you think Justin's catching fucking 9 of them? You're on crack. All right. AJB 87 would feel good about the hire there. Kind of don't love it now that Dotson's there. Might take away a few receptions. But I think all in all, he's going to have a monster fucking year. Burrow's expected to have a great year. 10 interceptions, not touching that. Not touching CD. Caleb's at 11.5 interceptions, 23.5 passing touchdowns, and everyone's saying he's the GOAT. I don't know. Just thoughts. Seems like a pretty normal rookie year to me. 40 receptions is interesting. Probably not touching that. Hey, yo, fuck off. Sammy feels high. But, like, they didn't change a single fucking thing in this offense. So, I can't take it. But fucking Rodgers is so damn good, dude. Like, he's so good. For him to have 7 picks is, like, a really bad year for him. And, like, I think if he's healthy, and say even if he's not healthy, you're still cashing the lower. Like, I think that lower feels great. How you doing, Mario? Let me read some of these. It's fine. I only bet the house. Tiny the house. Any place for college football week 0? Yeah, I do. I'll be coming out with those. I could just show you. I'm going to be posting them only on Twitter. I don't think I'm going to make a video about them. Just because, like, college football, I don't think has enough hype week 0. There's nothing really going on. Outside of the biggest game to me is the Clemson game. Clemson, Georgia. You worried about Chase playing this year? Not really. I think he'll play no matter what. If Burrow's playing, I think Chase plays. I think it's as simple as that. Thoughts on Pickens Tutters? I love it. Love it. Also stashed Vidal on the bench because I think Gus Bus and JK not going to do anything. Well, the problem is Vidal hasn't also done anything. So that's also the problem. Mahomes will win MVP and the Chiefs winning Super Bowl is plus 1,600. Smash it, Dave. When was the last time Rodgers threw 7 picks? Oh, I think he had a bad year, like his last year with the Packers. We can actually look it up. I think he had it with his last year with the Packers. Let's look. Dude, Jets. Oops. Yeah, his game logs. Dope. Stats. 7 picks. Yeah, he had 12 his last year with the Packers. I was right. But before that, to go over 7, you have to go back to 2015 where he had 8, 2012 where he had 8, and then 2010 and 2008 was his first year. Yeah, brother doesn't he doesn't throw picks, guys. Like ever. So yeah. I would take that low all day. You only have 5 years out of like fucking 15. Okay. Purdy's expected a good year. 9.5 was crazy. Oh, there's one here I'm going to get down to. Also, Jaden Daniels is looking for a dog shit year. 30,000 yards, 12 picks. Kind of crazy with only 17.5 passing touchdowns. If you got 19.5 passing touchdowns at the beginning of the year when I put it out, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to move all these just so it puts it at the top of the screen for you. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. 9.5 fucking picks. Like, that's crazy. Thoughts about doing a division winners slip today? I could do it. I can't on Underdog. So I can't do it today. I can't bet on other sites on stream. Sorry. Part of the contract. How much stock you got on CE, the Kansas City rumor? 0 stock. I don't think CD's fucking going anywhere. If he does, though, Kansas City would be pretty sick. But the rumor, I am not believing in dick. Yeah, his Anthony Richardson line feels fucking insanity to me. Brother is, like, this is expecting him to get hurt. Has to be. Like, it just has to. He's like a pick god. He's like Cam. You don't. He only played like 3.5 games last year. And he's still at a pick. Yeah. Like 9.5 feels crazy to me. I get the Steichen offense, but I feel like in the Steichen offense, he'll still be throwing the ball too much to not have fucking whatever. Over on yards for Dotson now that he's an Eagle. What is his line at? Is he on here? I don't think so. No. What is his line at on FanDuel? Someone tell me. Because he was at 549 or 5. I took his under originally on the Commanders at the beginning of the season. I made a video about it, and now I don't know where he's at. So if someone could tell me the updated, that feels really good too. I know he's a rookie, but it feels fucking fantastic. He's like the number one option by far. Kyler's expected to ball out. Payush. A-Rich's probably going to throw 9 in the first 4 games and then get injured the rest of the year. Facts. Then we die on the hook. That would be our luck. Yeah, he's going to fucking eat as an Eagle. Period. Point blank. 12 picks for Trevor sounds about right. Not touching that. James Cook. He was all the way up at 5.5. Now he's 4.5. He was also at 3.5. He's been all over the place. Higher on this. I'm just glancing. Ooh, Derrick Henry went up. Dots. Only 2.5 passing TDs for Kyler. Yeah, it seems a little low. I like his yards more. I feel like he's going to end around that. I feel like he's going to end around better than this. But like baking in his injury risk, I just can't. Where I feel like he can hit passing yards in like 15 games. And this has been hired. I took him originally at 3,400. Shot at A-Rich going to be on there. Going to be on where? What's over/under on Raiders players? Oh, when we're getting top 5 players most likely to get injured this year. Stroud definitely going to be on there. A-Rich, I don't know. I think he's going to be really cautious. So I don't know if he's really going to be on that list. Stroud's just like a meme for us at this point. I don't really think he's going to get hurt, but it's just like a meme thing. What's the over/under on Raiders players getting arrested? Probably 1.5. You just have to assume at this point. Cooper Kupp touchdowns lock. Sorry. But Derrick Henry, I'm leaning over. His line got raised. No one's done that with Lamar Jackson, that high of a line. Literally not a single back. I understand it's Derrick Henry. I understand it's different. But Lamar Jackson takes away so much with his legs. He's going to rush for like 700 yards. His line, I think, is 775 rushing. It's insane. You're going to have 2,000-yard rushers on your team. Who knows? Kirky, 8.5 interceptions. Matthew, 11. Doesn't feel bad. This feels great. How he smashes this. Who the fuck else they passing the ball to? Shout out Norris Cole. Shout out my homie Norris Cole. Are there any Pats players worth taking a season-long props? Higher on Demario Douglas. He's at 549. Deshaun Watson not locked to get hurt. Does Derrick Henry get over 10.5 touchdowns? I would say yes. I like his touchdown line. Don't love his rushing yard line. He's going to be like Gus Edwards, just like a better version. Realistically, they're going to put him at any time when they're within the 5. Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry. Their line did change a lot this year. They lose 3 pieces of that starting line, so we'll see how that goes. But I think they'll be fine. Garrett Wilson, though, high 89.5 receptions. Feels great. They had a picture for Lad. Dub. They don't have Geno's lineup, but Geno touchdowns feels great. I want to fade Malik so bad. Yeah. Everything else here seems fine. I'm probably not touching. Probably not. This line feels fucking high, dude. If he has 50 receptions, like... That feels high as shit. How many did he have last year? I understand he's cooking in camp, but like, that don't fucking me dick. He had 24 receptions last year. So they think he's going to double from last year? Oh, he didn't play. He missed some games. He only played 12 games. Yo, that fucking fly, though, piss off. God, I hate these fucking flies around here. These gnats. Interesting. Still fucking way too high. Fade. Thoughts on BTJ? Think he could help T-Law take the next step? Yeah, I think BTJ is going to be a fucking dog. He looks like a unit so far. I think he's going to be a big addition to this team. He's a pure X receiver. They didn't have that last year. They were dealing with Christian Kirk, who I don't think, Calvin Ridley, who I don't think is a pure X, and they were playing him at the pure X, which just isn't a good recipe. Brees and Garrett about to be peppered. Facts. Brees' line is like 60.5. It's so high, or 65. That fly with that J-Mo type pass rush. Facts. DJ Utley, whatever his last name is. Lower pass yards this Saturday versus Georgia Tech. Yeah, I can look at that for now. Yeah, we'll pull that up. Also, there's NBA season stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look at this closer. All right. That's college football season. We went over those in the video. If you didn't watch the video and you want to see all the college football bets, you can go watch that. Video's out now. Interesting. 234 feels high as fuck. And we can pull this up too for this. So let's look. Passing yards. DJ, again, was on a different team last year, so you have to remember that. But he only hit this line 4 times. Now he's at Florida State. But Florida State didn't pass the ball all that much last year with Trev. Obviously, it doesn't show. Yeah. Yeah, I would lean under for show. Georgia Tech isn't anything fucking scary by any means, but they're going to be dogs. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I'm really taking much else here. Jamal Haynes is interesting. If anything, I'd probably lean lower passing yards on both QBs. Like, Georgia Tech never throws the fucking ball, dude. He'll run for a lot. Like, he's a good rushing line of 41.5. He'll probably hit that over. But I'm leaning lower passing yards. For Shell, 1.5 passing touchdowns. Doesn't seem like a bad bet. He probably could hit that. But he also doesn't run that much. So for him to have that line, too. Yeah, like, he never runs the fucking football, dude. That might be the lock. That's a high line for 19.5. For him to have hit this twice. 4 times in the last 15 games he's played. He did a lot at Clemson, so that don't count. But maybe he does it now at Florida State. But he didn't do it a lot last year, and I would assume he's probably closer to the same player was last year. Closer he was to Clemson. Interesting. DJ been in college for 67 years and hasn't done... Nah, dude, I know. It's fucking crazy. He's a bot. He's actually like a bot. I always call him DJ Oogadaboogadaboog because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But yeah, I never liked him. I did for a second at Clemson when he came in for allowance. I was like, oh my God, he's going to be the guy. And then he's just been fucking ass. Yeah. Taking the fucking lower on that. Lower on pass yards. Fade and DJ. Oogadaboogadaboogadaboog. Haynes King. I probably would go lower pass yards. That's what I would do for college football. SMU Nevada. Yeah, they don't have the fucking really many good games. I don't know enough about these two teams to really place a bet. I'll be transparent. All right. Like the stream before you leave. But we went over a lot today. Lines for the new lines for NFL season. NFL week 1's coming right around the corner. We have the preseason bets for today. If If you didn't catch them, make sure you go check out the Twitter because they're on there. But make sure you like the stream. I love you all. Big smooches. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Have a great night. Love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. And we will be... there will be a video out this weekend or Monday about week 1 plays. So we're going to get dialed on week 1 plays very shortly. Big dubs. Love to